Hi everyone, welcome back to Modded Minecraft. Feed the Beast the Departed mod pack. I am Sir Tristan. Let's dive deep into the earth. So in the last episode, we scouted out the Nether, we scouted out Mysterium, and we did pretty well, but I think that we could spend a bit more time here in the overworld getting some better materials, namely sapphire, I believe it is. Sapphire. Sapphire. Sapphire ore. And yeah, look at that. 17 attack damage on a sapphire sword compared to the 10 attack damage on my limonite sword. So I think that we can spend a bit more time making ourselves a lot stronger, but it's going to require a good deal of mining. I don't want to be, I don't think, at this level, so let's hit F3, and maybe we do want to be all the way down here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just stay. I'm worried about lava, but that's alright. We'll just stay. Oops. There we go. We'll just stay down here at the bottom, go to a section without any lava, at least that we're aware of, and then we'll just start digging, I think. Let's try this direction. So like before, I'm just going to use F7 to gauge where monsters can spawn, and I will use my torches to light the way. So my goal here is mostly just looking for sapphire. That's the big thing. Oh, emerald, okay, not sapphire. Sapphires are blue. I will try to remember that. I can't harvest that there. Go ahead and pick up all these random things as well. Can never have too much redstone. I was looking online, and sapphire drops the best at 4, depth of 4, and we are at depth of 5. That's about as close as we can get, really, so we should hopefully be able to run into, oh, it's going to be, yep, some silverfish. So hopefully we will run into some sapphire before too long. However, I don't think I'm going to do that on screen, as this could take a while. So, once I've found enough sapphire to build a sword and perhaps a new set of armor, I will be right back. Oh man, the first bit of sapphire. It's taken me 30 minutes of mining to find 3 lousy sapphire. But, however, sapphire, check it out. I will be able to make the 17 attack damage weapon with just those few pieces. So that's good. That's really good. I'm going to continue mining, and see you in a little bit. All right, we are back at home, and we have our sapphire and some amethyst, and we need to get this jade going, and some gold we can throw in there. Take another stack, divide this guy up, get some runium going, get our iron going in here. We're looking pretty good. We're going to have to get a new chest or something to hold even more items. So unfortunately, I did not get enough sapphire to do all the things that I wanted, but that's okay. We got enough sapphire to almost double our attack damage, and that's something that we really want to do very quickly. Because while I survived damage very well in Mysterium and in the Nether, I didn't do quite as much damage as I was hoping. And that should all change right now. We're going to place 1 stick, 2 sapphire ingots, and there you go. We have our sapphire sword. It has 1,500 attacks compared to our 400 from our limonite sword. So this sapphire sword is extremely high quality. Well, look at that. It looks kind of weird, but we have gained so much damage. Let me just take the sword and toss it in here. This is kind of my tool and item storage area. So since I didn't really get enough to make a specific type of armor that I wanted to make, I think what I want to cover today is something that I talked about at the very end of yesterday's episode. Hang on, let me just do some inventory management. And we're going to do some wand or some staff building. And hopefully I've read up correctly and know what to do now. If you remember, 2 or 3 episodes ago, I tried out the wind staff, this guy right here, and he couldn't really do anything. He can swing like normal, but that's really kind of it. And if you look at it, it says it needs 2 wind runes. And then we're also going to build a fire staff with the runes that I looted in the nether. And I'm kind of learning how this goes as well at the same time, so I don't exactly have it all together myself. Okay, and this one says it needs 2 wind and 2 fire. Well, I happen to have 3 wind and plenty of fire. So in order to get these to work, 600 uses, 600 uses, I have to get something called a rune pouch. There it is. Holds runes for staves. Staves only check first pouch of inventory. So I need to get 4 diamond, which I have, and some unpowered runes. In order to get unpowered runes, I need a runium chunk, which I should have plenty of. So I need 1, 2, 3 unpowered rune, which is made from the runium chunk. So it seems like one of these will make 16. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. What else can these be used for? Because getting 16 out of 1. Really? That's the only thing that you can use unpowered runes for? Okay. I thought it would be a lot more than that. So let's grab our diamond, have our unpowered runes, and our diamonds. And we have a rune pouch. Let's open it. Put our fire runes and our wind runes, and now hopefully these are going to work. Let's see, it checks the first pouch in inventory, so I'm betting that means I don't have to have it on my hotbar. So let's find out. Okay, I don't really see this doing anything. Let's put it on our hotbar. Oh, okay, there we go. It's got a bit of a cooldown, I guess. Oh, no, wow. Okay, so using the staff actually uses up runes. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. Good to know. Good to know. So I'm betting that means that I can turn all these unpowered runes into specific runes so that you can actually use these abilities. Let me look that up real quick, and I'll be right back with more explanation. Alright, I think I have a grasp on how these runes are supposed to work. So I actually need to build this. It's a bunch of runium with 1 diamond, and this builds a rune shrine. Now I should be able to place the shrine here. Yes, and this particular rune shrine I can use my unpowered runes on. And I turned those unpowered runes into wind runes. So now I can open up this guy, place all those wind runes in there, and now I have 7 more charges of the wind staff. Very nice. So according to the website that I'm looking at, wind runes are the only runes you can actually build right here off of this rune shrine. All the others, like the fire ones, to use the fire staff, you actually have to go into the nether and there are specific rune shrines in the Nether. And only there can you get fire runes. So that's how those work. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time with those until I at least find a rune somewhere in another dimension that I can actually use. Alright, so up next, something else that I mentioned in the last episode was the Pixons. Drop these all back in here. Check on all of our recipe or all of our furnaces. Looks like they are all done. That's good. Toss this in here. There we go. And I can start baking these last few. Like that and like that. Okay, so let's talk about Pixons, or Pixons. Pixons are a type of enchanting, specifically with Advent of Ascension, and in order to collect them, you need a stone bowl. You can get a diamond bowl as well, but I'm not high enough level yet in, let's see, which ability is it? I believe it's on the second level, third from the left, I believe is the infusion level, and that needs to be higher level in order to use the diamond bowl. But for now, I can make a stone bowl. 1 gold and 4 cobblestone seems very easy. We'll get the 1 gold from here. And then, oops, 4 cobblestone. We have our stone bowl. Now I need to go out into the world and find Pixons that spawn. That might take a little while. So I'm going to take a pause right here. And then when I find them, I will be right back. So I haven't found a Pixon yet. However, I found this really cool structure not too far away from my home. I just thought it was really cool, wanted to show it off. Lots of little floating structures there and that giant kind of arch. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll be back in just a little while when I find a Pixon. Alright, I've come across my first Pixons. You can find one right here in front of me, this little green thing, and then there's one over there as well. And if I use the bowl on it, I believe it will drop. Where are you going? Oh. 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 There we go. So these guys drop wind runes? They did. Cool. Alright, so anyway, I shift right clicked, shift, still not sure the exact mechanism. However, it gave me the glistening infusion rune. Maybe I can only, oh, there goes another one. I'm not sure by what means it's activating though. Maybe I'm just not being close enough. Maybe that's it. So let me actually move a lot closer. Okay, there we go. So I think it's right click. You can hear me spamming it. There we go. Alright, so I got these glistening infusion stones. Let me collect a few more and then head back to base, and then I'll show you what you can do with them. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I have a good grasp on how this infusion system works. So I need an infusion blueprint, just like I needed the blueprint for the portal to go to another dimension. Blueprint, just like I needed the ancient teleporter blueprint. Now I need an infusion blueprint, which is 7 obsidian and 2 amethyst. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that up. Alright. And now we should be able to Let's see what this says. Creates an infusion platform. Will locate player at the center. Needs a 7 by 7 square. So I've already prepared that. Down one additional level. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and break this block that's in the middle and lay down the structure. Duh. Okay. It didn't center. How strange. Okay, well, here is the infusion table. Go ahead and toss these up here. Now, I believe how this works is you take these glistening infusion stones that you looted by using the stone bowl on the Pixins, and you right click, left click, shift left click, shift right click. No, it didn't like that. Oh, oops. Sorry, infusion table. Can you go right back there? That seems to be the important part, though, is the infusion table. I have this power stone that I randomly dropped. Let's try this one. It's not doing anything either. Just trying a few different things. Alright, well, give me a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to use this. And I'll be right back. Okay, back again, and I think I've got it figured out. So in order to use that enchanting table, you have to use what are called enhancers. And you need 4 of them. And here's how you build the enhancer for more damage. You need 1 rosite in the middle, surrounded by runium chunks. I'm actually going to need 4 of those total. So let me get some more runium. We'll go ahead and make some more of these. And I think maybe you keep them after you've done the enchantment, so you don't have to make a ton of these. You just have to make enough to put them back up each time. Okay, let's head back down and see if that's going to work. The reason why I couldn't use these glistening infusion stones is because that's actually how you grind up. I'm going to open up my skills. That's how you grind up your infusion ability, which I was incorrect. It's not on the bottom. It's the 4th one from the top. That's your infusion skill, and you increase that by collecting from Pixins, using the infusion stones, or using the power stones to enchant. Now, I believe what you do is you take your enhancers and you place them here on the arrows. And then that should... It has sharpness 2 on it now. Yeah, so that went a little fast. So I put the 4 enhancers that I created with the rosite and the runium on the arrows. And then I took the sword that I wanted to enchant with sharpness 2, and I had to use a power stone. A glistening power stone had to be in my inventory. I right-clicked, you heard that unique sound, and now the sapphire sword has sharpness 2 on it. And it gained 2.5 attack damage. Now, how are you supposed to know how the enchanting table works? You don't. I had to look it up on a wiki, and I'm afraid that's what you'll have to do as well. So I can recollect these enhancers, which is good. It looks like they do stick around. And I can just throw them in here for future use, which is good. Now, once my infusion skill reaches level 5, right now it's at level 2, remember it's the 4th one from the left on the top. Once it hits level 5, then I can actually use these glistening infusion stones. I can't actually use them to grind up my XP before then. Alright, so that was enchanting. I don't whoa. This guy again, huh? Let's see how I handle him now that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 8 hits. I think in the opening video it was closer to 20 or 30, so I've definitely come a long way. Okay, well, let me pause the video real quick and figure out what we're going to do next. I've got a little while left to go on this video, so I will be right back. Alright, so I have one more thing I want to go over before the end of this episode. And I know this has been a bit of a weird episode, and it's mostly just been me preparing, basically. But I want to go over ender chest and ender pouches. So let's go ahead and make one of each, and then once I'm done making them, I'll explain how they work. It's best to see how they work. So this needs a chest, moon dust, which you can get off of pretty much any enemy in the game, as far as I know. Any of the Advent of Ascension enemies can drop this. 4 limonite, and 1 piece of wool. The color of wool that you choose does actually matter, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the default for now. So we'll go ahead and put each one of these items in here. And I've got my ender chest. Next up is going to be an ender pouch. And for that one, I need some leather, some wool, any kind of gem. You see how this is changing between all the different kinds of gems? Any kind of gem, and then limonite. So, just like before, we'll set this up. White piece of wool. It is important that the wool color for your chest and your pouch match. They do need to match, so make sure you do that correctly. And I've got my ender pouch. Now the way that this should work is I'm going to take my chest. We'll go down a level to our storage area, and I'll put it right there. If you look on the top, you can see the 3 bars are colored white. That's because we used white wool. And then if we look at our ender chest, well, it's actually green on the front. However, I don't think it matters. Oh no, okay. So it's not the color of the gem, like up here. It's the color of these 3 hashes. And if you look at in the bottom right corner of the screen, there's 3 white hashes, and those are going to match up with these 3 right here. Now if I were to take wool, I believe I could apply it to this. I think maybe wool and some diamond. And then I could apply it to this as well, and you could change these colors on the fly. But since they match, now when I add items to the pouch, they should also be available in the chest. Cool. So now any items that I need on my excursions, like food or my repair station, like that, anything like that, I can access it on the fly now. And technically I could just leave it in the pouch as well, right? But having this chest here will allow me to, let's say maybe, I set up a hopper here to kind of draw items out of this into a chest. Then I could dump items into my pouch, they would appear in the chest, and they would be filtered out down into the hopper, or the hopper system. So that will be very useful in the future for me. And it will allow me to stay out in the field for longer as well. I don't have to come back to the base every every time my inventory gets filled, really. So let me go ahead and sort all this stuff out here. Toss the moon dust back. Sort the wool out here. You can hear those enemies outside. They really want me to come out and play. I might have to come out and play with them. Toss this back in here. Right. And let's take a quick look. Say hi to these guys down here. Oh boy. It's a lot more than I expected. Ghostly Goblin. Man, I just cannot get rid of those guys. Well, I think that pretty much covers it for this episode. Again, this was mostly a setup episode for me to be able to take extended journeys into the Nether, into Mysterium. And I have picked up a few other realm stones that I think I might set up in between episodes, just so that when we come back, we have brand new things to explore and to look at. Oh, here's some more goblins. Wow, they multiplied fast. I don't think I can get to them. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go, finally. No. There we go. Finally some peace and quiet. I do notice they are dropping a lot of these wind runes though, so maybe now it'll actually be useful for me to use that wind staff that I have. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode. If you had fun, if you liked the video, please hit that like button, that little thumbs up guy down there. Helps me out a ton, helps people find this video, and helps us grow the channel together. If you guys have any tips or tricks for this mod pack for Departed, please let me know in the comments below. There's so much to know. Is there any other mod in this mod pack that I should be taking advantage of? You guys probably know more than I do when it comes to that, so please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Can't get close. Ah, there we go.